What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great day. Alright guys, got another moon photo for you guys. And talk about major manipulation obfuscation. This is from the Smart 1 spacecraft. It's from ESA, or ESA, depending on how you want to pronounce it. It was basically an orbiter that took a lot of photos of the moon. Let's get into that. Now this is on Flickr, but you can also go over to regular Google search. And it's got a bunch of photos here. And on that page, it's got this particular one here. But this is what I wanted to show you. The moon as seen by Smart 1. Smart 1 was an ESA mission and the first spacecraft to travel to and orbit around the moon, launched on September 27, 2003. The mission ended on September 3, 2006 by a controlled lunar impact. Here we got more impacts, right? Alright, this is what I want you to take note of. This is pretty funny. You're looking at some pretty decent detail. And of course you can click on any one of these and bring it right up to make it larger, full screen, right? European Space Agency, of course, credit goes to them. And craters on the edge. And of course it shows, it looks like it's right there at the Terminator where you get the light and dark there. But then look at this photo. What is this piece of trash? Okay, now we can go down, look at the others. Nice and clean, look pretty good. But they don't want you to see it from an angle. How come? Why don't they want you to see this photo from an angle? Why is it so piss poor? Now I understand it's probably a small photo, it's probably made larger. But that's not the case in here. Because when you look at this photo, it literally has obfuscation all in this. Now, I'm just going to point out the things that stuck out for me the most, because when you do the whole photo, and I'm going to show you this in a second, when you do the whole photo, it's just too much for the eyes, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's jump in there, because you really can't zoom into this, and I want to zoom in big time for you guys. So let's get into this. This is what I noticed right off the bat. Now, a lot of you guys, and I'm starting to believe this too, I've been thinking this for quite a while, is that the moon may actually be artificial. And this is not the first time I've seen this type of detail. Check this out. Now this is supposed to be some kind of crater. Of course that would make sense. There's a lot of craters on the moon. But yet you can see the wall of it right here, like the outside wall, meaning the ground's here. Looks like it has like this V formation in here. But yet there's nothing on the wall of the actual crater? How is that possible? Obviously you got the inner wall. But how do you see the outer wall? Wouldn't that be completely crumbled and part of the ground? And I've got another photo, and I may make a video out of it showing you another one in addition to this. It's a little better quality, thank God for that. But nonetheless, why are we seeing craters that look like bowls, like giant bowls, like stuck into the surface of it? You'll see what I mean in a video or two coming up. In fact, I might do it back to back with this one. Anyway, so I'm looking at this photo, and I'm looking down here, and I'm saying, okay, well, the first thing that stuck out for me is this little square area. I don't know if you guys can see that. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and outline these. You see how it has this square kind of thing going on. And something round in the center of it. Okay? Okay. There's a couple areas in here that, like I said, really stuck out. And this is the reason why I wanted to do this. But there's something right here. I don't know if you guys can even see this. This is probably the most telling right here. Can you see it right there? This whole area has what looks like some kind of structure right here, or two of them sitting right on this platform in this wide piece of land, right? Now, let me get into this real quick because I think you guys will like this. I'm not going to make this one too long. We don't need to. So we've got this photo right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and just lighten it up. And again, you can see that weird, like you can see the outer wall of this crater. It doesn't make any sense. You should not see an outer wall. Inner wall, common sense, right? It's the impact crater. So the outer part, that doesn't make any sense. There's something right here. But it's not just there. There's so much fudging and obfuscation in this photo. It's insane. Let's get into this. I'm going to do the whole photo. And I'm going to show you what I mean by it really boggles the eyes a bit. It's just too much. Let's put it that way. Alright, here's the photo itself. Enhanced. And you can see there's a bunch of things up here. Like this one here. Upper left. Over here in the crater area. This item right over here, including the rest of this. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and zoom into this area right here. This is just wild, guys. This is cool. You can see what looks like, look at the way this piece, this white piece, is kind of like they try to block it out, but it actually goes just like this. Right? The bottom piece goes like this. You're going to see that a whole lot better, but check that out. What the hell is that? These objects right here. What is that? All right. Again, this is like so much going on that it kind of bothers your eyes, so I decided to do one area at a time. Okay, here's the objects in question right here. Check that out. That is just neat looking. And you can see it like this. It's kind of like squared off. Got this weird design. Well, didn't do it that right, but you can see where it does this. Comes down. And all in the back here behind it. Check that out. Check that out. All at the top here. What is that right there? That looks like a tower of some sort sticking up. Right there. You got this weird looking tower thing. Of course, I put it right on top of it, but that's okay. You got this platform with this round piece right here. And got a platform going like this. And then again, you've got these right here. That is pretty cool. And guys, pause this any way you want, because I'm going to back out a little bit and let you look at it with the magnifier. This way here, it's actually a little bit clearer. I've done this many times, and it does actually clear up. Some people say, well, why would you do that? Why don't you just zoom in? Well, the photo will break apart, and it won't look good at all. So, there you go. All right, let's go to the next stage. Now, this one here in the bottom, check this out. I'm not sure what to make of that thing right there, but they are actually in the photos. They're right there. But you have to drag them out. They're whitewashed, and this is the reason why you can't see many of these. Okay. Again, pause it any way you like. Have a look at it. Now let's go to the big area up here I was showing you guys, and check this out. You can see this area right here, but have a look at this area right here, especially the way these things are contoured on top of each other. See this right here? And then you got an upper layer type thing. It looks like it kind of breaks up a little bit, but at least there may be more details to it. And you can see what looks like they literally went out of their way to blur this stuff out. I mean, the information is so redacted in this photo, it's just sad. And it's sickening, actually, because it frustrates the hell out of you. This object right here. There is a bunch of objects all over the ground here on the bottom. I'm going to just back out a little bit. And again, you guys can have a look at that with your magnifiers. Some of the stuff in here is just crazy. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, here's that square piece I was telling you about, what I showed you earlier. Right there. See that? That's pretty cool. Now, I don't know too many square things that happen in nature. I'm not saying it's impossible, but because it definitely isn't. But just so many things in here, it's just, what? Okay, let's go to the next one. This one is a little harder to drag out, so I actually had to almost darken every edge of this thing for you guys to see it, because it was that hidden. You can see it right here. It's just right there. It's so hidden and blurred out. You can see there's like a line of blur right here. Right there, and then it's spotted over here, here, and here. This is what I'm saying, guys. This is crazy. Okay, back out a little bit. Let you have a look at that. Then we've got this other object right down here. Not sure what to make of that. It looks like whatever the hell this thing is sitting on a platform right here. And it goes off like this. Almost has like a giant pan kind of looking thing. Something sticking right out right here. You see it? Right there. The objects are actually there. Again, looks like some kind of giant, well, it actually does this, to be truthful with you. Check this out. Goes like this, kind of goes out a little bit more, goes down like this. And you can see what looks like a small round disc, or at least round darker area. And something is sitting right here on top of this rounded piece. And you get this other piece that looks like it's rounded right here. Of course, it's not the best round I've done. Again, I'm working with a mouse here that almost looks like a friggin' cannon sticking out. See this? What these things are, guys, is beyond me. I have no idea what they are, but it's pretty cool, right? Now, let's check out the top one. Now, you can see we're on the crater itself. You can see you've got this brighter round piece on top of a much larger disc-type shape thing. Do you see that? Right there. But what looks like little objects all inside this. And all on the bottom here. I'm not so sure this is an actual crater. And if it is, like I said, why does the ground look like it goes like this, comes back down, and goes back up, leaving the actual outer wall of the crater exposed? Anybody ever heard of that? Like just a crater, like the wall? I mean, when it makes a crater, makes the wall, it's because there's ground surrounding it. So it would be pushed up against the rest of the ground, right? Why are we seeing an exposed wall? That makes no sense. Guys, what do you think we're seeing here, man? I mean, I'm seeing what looks like stuff's being hidden. See that? I'm just going to go over these real quick. Let you guys eyeball them. Pause it again wherever you want to. What is this stuff? I know what it is. It's actually structures, and it's being hidden. Like I said, it's funny how they got all these other high quality, or at least a decent detail photos, until you come on this one and it's completely, yeah, it's complete garbage. There's another, you can see what looks like another disc or something right here, and I didn't even do this part right here. Right there in the middle of it. See that? Guys, tell me what you think we're seeing here. Like I said, when I see these, I see structures. I don't see just lunar surface. Like I said, I see these structures, and the white parts of the actual area, what looks like a structure. And this is what the astronauts seen. You know, when you go back to Apollo 11, where you got Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins, Neil Armstrong, these guys, I want to show you part of this video. It's from History Channel, and you guys might have seen this if you watch Ancient Aliens, right? I want to show you this. Now, I want you guys to just envision, just for a moment, that you're one of the astronauts. Instead of Buzz Aldrin, it's one of us, okay? When you watch the video of them getting on the rocket, I mean, they're like waving, everything's great, man, we can't wait to go on this mission, everything else. And then you get this. Now, this is just wild, man. It's just like you look at it and you just go, okay, what happened up there? Look at this. Watch this. Seriously? What? I mean, guys, just... I look at this over and over again and go, this doesn't look like astronauts that had just come back from the moon, did the most awesome thing man could possibly do, and that's what you get? That's what they look like? Come on. Now, some people will say, well, that's because they didn't go, so therefore they just knew it was a big farce. Don't you think they would have known that before they actually went on the mission? At least you would think so, because they would brief them on it saying, hey, by the way, we're going to put on a big show, wave to everybody, have a great time. And then after that, we're going to put on a big show again. And then once they hit this press conference, you'd think they'd be all like happy again. Oh, it was great. It was fantastic. This was awesome. I'd love to go again. You know, so on and so forth. That's not the case. You've seen the video. These guys, I said this before, it looks like they lost their parents. You know, it doesn't make any sense. I believe when they went, they might have told them, listen, you guys might find a few things up there that are intelligently made and they're not ours. But once they got there, they've probably seen the sheer size of these things and things they just can't comprehend. And then when they came back, you know, for the debriefing, they probably said, oh, by the way, you can't say a word of this to anybody. If you do, you and your family will disappear. How do you react to that? I mean, the first thing I'd be like is, oh, okay. I'd be acting the same way these guys are acting during that press conference. I wouldn't know what to say. So, I mean, guys, tell me what you think. What do you think about these objects we're seeing on the moon? To me, they're structures. And you guys will get the link to that so you guys can check it out. And again, you get that photos where you can see a lot of them are crystal clear. Even if they're low res, they're pretty darn clear photos. And then when you get to that one, where they're actually much lower towards the lunar surface and you can see sideways, and yet absolutely completely manipulated and obfuscated to almost to the point where you can't drag anything out of it. But I was lucky to get just a little bit out of it. It is much more, but it's so vague. It's hard to see it. You know what I mean? Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment down below. What do you guys think about the reactions to the astronauts, too? It's just really weird. And I'm just like, yeah, why would these guys like that? Why are they in this somber mood where, again, they just achieved something no other man on Earth has done, and yet they look like that? Again, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about these guys. How, you know, what do you think's going through their minds? And don't forget to like and share the video. Always appreciate you guys know that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Always appreciated. And I'll see you on the flip side.